we should set this up though. Okay, I know not everybody's on Twitter. Maybe not everybody's.
Okay, you set it up then. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. So let me try to pull it up.
Okay. So this was last weekend, right? This is very recent. Last weekend, Saturday, I believe. Yeah, last weekend
on Friday.
There was a board that was getting a lot of buzz on Twitter. And part of the reason was that something very unusual happened. CMC, Christian McCaffrey, fell to
third pick.
To 1.03, the third pick. And that almost never happens. I don't care what draft you're in.
Consensus 101.
Yeah. And this was an FFPC draft, the football guys. So this is playing for that grand $500,000 prize. So CMC falling to pick three is just unheard of. Then to come to find out that the person drafting in slot 3 had auto-drafted that pick. Mm-hmm. Who's one guy you've been high on all year?
A.J. Brown.
I mean, that's all I had to say is A.J. Brown. This man has been trying to get A.J. Brown all year.
I was getting to draft specifically to draft A.J. Brown.
He was just getting to draft A.J. Brown, and then he would always get sniped right ahead of him. 2.01, 2.02, etc. Somehow, from the third spot, the guy who got CMC was then still in auto draft mode and got A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
To add matters
I
worse,
was salty.
We get back to the third round, and he gets DeAndre Hopkins. So obviously, this is all auto draft. One of the ideal starts you could ever ask for, being in that third slot, and then also in auto draft format. And so the board was originally posted by the guys from Chasing the Helmet, an amazing podcast. If you ever want to get some idea and thought on what it's like,
Scott Connor.
Yeah,
and I forget his co-host name.
Yeah.
He also does Dynasty and Chill.
Yeah.
Which when I started listening to his
so
podcast.
would fully endorse listening in on that podcast. Just great insight on drafting and things to think about while drafting, especially if you're looking at the FFPC. And I think they do other drafts as well. But so they're doing this podcast, and I'm listening in, and they're talking about how this guy from the 3 spot is just like in auto draft mode, and he's just landing all these amazing picks. Mm-hmm. So then we get a random text later in the day that, hey guys, I did a draft, but it was an auto draft. I ran into some issues.
No. Actually, it was like, fuck. I forgot that I had a draft at this time.
Yeah.
So to add some context, I'm expecting a baby any day now.
Yes, any day now.
Putting together the crib, the nursery, and I don't know how I forgot.
Yeah.
But I forgot. Like, I think I had purchased, or I think I had entered that draft maybe the day before. And so whenever you don't draft, or enter a draft that day, at least for me, I just forget. Unless I set an alarm or put it into my calendar.
How rich?
Yeah, like I have to go.
Come on, 350, whatever. I forgot about it.
So what's this?
I forgot about it.
You didn't draft any of these players.
I didn't draft a single player but the 20th pick.
The worst pick.
Because I came in.
The worst pick in his whole draft was the pick.
Okay, who are the players on this team?
All right, so let's look at this.
Like, he has to look at it because he don't even know.
No, I have no idea, really. I started off with CMC, A.J. Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, followed that up with Josh Jacobs, Mark Andrews, and Noah Fant.
Who another one of my favorites.
Cortland Sutton, Leonard Fournette, Brandon Cooks, who I think is going to be a surprise this year. Got Tom Brady, but I also got some upside in the 15th round with Justin Fields.
Okay.
Just in case if y'all were wondering.
Right.
Got Corey Davis, who I believe is going to be the number 1 on the Jets. I think he's going to the Jets. I think he's going to be number 1 receiver there. They paid him like one. And they made Crowder cut his set. That's a whole separate podcast in and of itself. I got McCole. I'm not high on McCole, though.
He has upside, though.
It's upside.
In the right situation.
I mean, really, it's a start. It's a start. Yeah. Some of those other picks, maybe. But landing CMC with the 1.03, getting A.J. Brown,
just the fact
DeAndre Hopkins,
draft,
and the unique build and getting, a Goddard and a Fant. Andrews and a Fant on the same team. It's just a very unique build that, has some potential.
That could be a contender.
Yeah.
An auto draft.
I mean,
3-hole.
And I honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think you would have drafted better than.
No, come on now. Come on now.
Actually, I just auto drafted again during this podcast. And to be honest, that's kind of who I wanted anyway.
We need you. Don't do any more drafts until after the baby comes, because clearly your mind is.
It's someplace.
It's someplace.
No,
else,
what are you
which
saying?
is okay.
Do more drafts. Don't draft them.
Just auto draft.
Just go back and see the board when it's done. Maybe draft pick 20. But good luck.
But I do want to make this clear though. If you guys think that just because I auto drafted that entire team, that I'm not gonna celebrate as if I chose that entire team, you have another thing coming. I'm throwing a parade. Listen, the first thing I'm doing is buying a G-Wag.
I don't blame you.
I'm leasing a G-Wag.
I don't blame you.
Oh, yeah,
at all.
I'm leasing a G-Wag. I'm not buying it. I'm not
Yeah.
buying it. I'm gonna lease it for a year, then I can swap the lease or something. No. I am going to celebrate this team like no other draft that I've ever been
It's
in.
gonna be so annoying.
I'm going to be.
I said, God, give me a warning. Please take me for the morning so I leave more disappointments than I ever will.